Hello, this is episode 2 of me building a website, Bread.li. This is where we got up to last time. I uploaded the video, it took me forever. That is one of the reasons why I'm going to make these videos a lot shorter. Well, a lot, I'll say about half an hour, hopefully. Yeah, it took forever just to upload, and it was coming out funny colors, and some people told me that it's a bit quiet, which is fine. I just need to boost it in the post-production, but I don't want to edit it too much because I don't want to be spending time editing videos when really I need the focus of this is to get on with making a site, and all I'm doing is documenting it as I go. I don't want to spend too much time editing and getting it all perfect. I just want to get on with it. Anyway, yes, we got up to the point where just before I was going to put the iframe in. So the previous commit on Bread.li, the last one was adds iframe, and then I did a pull request number 3 or #3 and added the video in, and I did that. Well, I think I did that this morning. Pushed it up. Yeah, and it updated instantly. It's not. It takes up to half an hour for it to appear on the domain, and as you can see in the last video, I was just really impatient to get it to appear. But now it's there. We can get stuff in there and make stuff appear a bit quicker. So what I should do is go back to that issue that we made in the last one, which was initiate package managers. And those package managers are npm, aka node, and bower, gulp, and any gulp dependencies. Because we have no design and no assets at the minute, I'm going to just install the first 3, and the 4th one's going to come along when we start going, need to get this in a certain format or in a certain folder and things. I'll need it pretty damn quickly, because gulp, while it can just do stuff, there are additional managers for moving stuff and renaming things, the basics. Instead of writing it straight in the gulp file, it's a dependency that you install with Node. So let's do it. Let's start that off. So what I'm going to do is going to double check I've got everything up to date by doing git pull. And there we go. We've pulled. So it's pulled GitHub pages and updated that. And then the already up to date bit, I assume, is master. So if I do git pull again, it's just going to say already up to date. Good stuff. Right. So I've already got npm installed, I think, on my machine. So if I just do npm init, this utility will walk you through creating a package.json file. Yeah, so here we go. This is the cool thing. It's you initiate it with npm init, and then it walks you through all the things that you need to name and tells you them, and even in the brackets it just says what it's probably going to be called, from the repo name or the folder name, and just here. So I'm going to call it bread.li or Bread.li with a capital B, so I can tell the difference between what is a URL and what is me naming it. So when it's a capital B, it will be me naming it, as opposed to it just picking it up from the domain or picking it up from the repo. So Bread.li is the name. The version is, I'm going to put 0.0.1. Some of this stuff is like, what should I be putting? I'm not really sure. So I'm going to put 0.0.1, as in this is the very beginning. And when I get to 1.00, it will be like the first iteration of the finished product entirely. I guess 1.00 will be the point where I'm like, I don't want to add anything to it now. I just want to get on with it. I just want to let it be free and do stuff. I'm just reading this line here actually. Use npm install package to save afterwards, to install a package and save its dependency in the package.json file. Yes, that's what we'll be coming to later. That's when we install stuff such as Bower and Gulp. Right, moving on. Version description. I'm going to be cheeky and I'm going to steal the description here and just copy it and paste it there. I should get rid of the dot. So it's literally just the description. Let's check that's right. Yeah, cool. Entry point. From what I've heard, the entry point is like you've got their index.js. So that would be a JavaScript project. I guess the index would just run and that would be it for like a node project. In this case, it's Jekyll. It's using Ruby. It's flat file stuff. So the entry point file would be index.html, really. And yeah, I think it will be index.html. Great. Test command. Test command. Test command. Well, I guess it would be like running Jekyll. It would be the Jekyll command, and I know this off by heart, but I'm going to quickly run to Jekyll, the official Jekyll site, and it will be Jekyll serve. I always put Jekyll serve -- watch, so then when I'm working on it, I can like make changes and it auto updates and that. But from my experience, like I've worked on a really big site with it, and it takes a long time to process all of those files. Luckily, this is very small at the minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do Jekyll serve watch, and that's my test command. Git repository. That is it. So I'll just press enter. Keywords. Let's put website. Let's put website, CMS, Jekyll. I'm going to use keywords that I like to do with like how it's built as opposed to like what it's about. Probably wrong, but we can come back to it later. It's a package.json file. You can just go in there and change it. I think these are more for like if you were going to make the package like the project like publicly available to use, like if it was a JavaScript plugin or a WordPress plugin, I suppose, something like that. So we'll just put some kind of generics in here. We'll put GitHub in there. Jekyll GitHub. I spelled Jekyll wrong. Wow. There we go. We'll go with that. Author David Darns. License MIT. We did that before. You're about to write this information. Author. I may come back to that later and put my name in like braces. I don't think it's necessary because all the repo information's got my info there. I'm sure it'll be okay. So we got name, version, description, the main file, the test, the repo, here's Git. Looks all good to me. Is this okay? Yes. Git status. Okay, so there's our package file. Pretty easy. You can, if you've not installed npm before, or you haven't got any of these, I would highly recommend going to Homebrew and installing that. I was told this by some good developer friends, and like this stuff has probably saved me loads of things. So you just run this command in here, it installs brew or homebrew, and then you can then install like Node, everything, like update Git with it, everything on here. And that's how I set up stuff. There's a little kind of couple of fiddly things to get it kind of working correctly, but once you've got it right, you can just brew whatever. Like if I can do brew upgrade, I think it is brew upgrade Git. Beg your pardon. It's brew update. I get them mixed up. Brew update Git. Oh man, this is a bit embarrassing. It is brew upgrade. Error. Command, unknown command. Oh my god, I'm tired. There. See? Git 2.2, whatever. So I can do brew upgrade npm. And it's out of date. So let's install that. Let's hope it's not going to take half an hour. Look at all the pretty hashes. So yeah, you can like install all sorts with brew. I keep everything on my machine, like for this package manager stuff, like all up to date with brew. But concurrently for like individual projects, because using npm to manage package managers, very meta concept, that's how you manage and keep up to date with Bower and Gulp and all those kinds of things. And yeah, let's hope this doesn't take too long. I wasn't really planning on showing this, but I guess it's a good idea to keep node/npm up to date. And in the meantime, you want to check out npmjs.com, which is where you can find out about all sorts of packages you can install with Node or npm. And two of them are Bower and Gulp. There you go. So let's have a quick look in here. See, that's how you install it. That's how you install it globally. And this is how you use Bower. We'll be installing it locally like this. So that well, globally, as in like to your machine. But I don't need to do that. I'm going to do npm install and -- save Bower. So what that will do is it will put Bower into the package.json file you see up here. And then that will mean that the Bower is then applied to the project. And anytime anybody comes to start working on this website other than me, highly doubtful. Not highly doubtful. I'm sure people can contribute if they want to like pull it down and make some contributions to GitHub. They would pull the project down using Git and then do npm install once they're inside the repo, and it will install all the dependencies and literally like everything in one fell swoop. Wow, that is taking a long time. Not good. 15 minutes in already. Wow. Can we tab? Can we tab? And leave that running beside it? So if I cd back into sites and Bread.li, and we need to do npm install save Bower. Command not found. That'll be because it's updating. Oh man. Come on. I have a good mind to like quit it or something. Just to like get rid of it. Stop. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh yes. Got away with that. Right when it finished. Okay. Terminate. Let's do npm install save Bower. Oh, maybe I've buggered it up. I can't have done. Close it. Start again. Start again. I'm sorry if you're watching this through your fingers in embarrassment. Going, what is he doing? Why isn't he letting it do its thing? Let's have a look. Let's open up the package file. Let's not put anything in here. Whoa! Smash! Smashed it in. Let's have a look at that file again. Didn't give you much response on like whether it's doing stuff or not. I suppose that's for you guys to watch out. It's not going to like give you anything like to say something's happening, something's updating. But there it is, Bower, and that's the version number. And it sets the dependency. And okay, so in that case, we can do npm install save gulp. And it's going to do exactly the same. It's going to be a bit blind to us. Oh no, wait, yeah, look. Get a bit of a response there. I suppose it's a bit quicker. So let's open that file up again. Gulp. Bam. It's in there. So now we can start. We've got our notepad, if you will. You remember when I said before in the first video, I explained about Bower being your way of like listing up all your bricks and mortar and everything you need to do to like build a house. Or think of these elements as a way to as your notepad. That is, your notepad. You're ready. You've got all the things in there, and it's got the tables to like say, oh, I need this many bricks, I need this, that, and everything. So this is your notepad that you'll make the list upon. And what I'm going to do is do git status and node modules. So no modules is this, and it's Bower and Gulp. That is the actual project. See that? It's got the changelog in there. Same for Gulp, changelog. It's the actual repo and how they work. But we don't want to commit then. We don't want to commit and push them. We want to ignore them. Because this file is all we need. And as long as the user has npm installed, they just run this file and then it will produce this and it will add these in. So what we need to do is ignore it. We need to ignore it. So from what I can recall, I can just git ignore in the command line, but I've forgotten how to do it. I always want to know how to do it. It's like, oh, how do you fit these all in your brain at once? So we could, I'm guessing I could just do git ignore node modules. Git ignore is not a git command. There is no special git ignore command. Wow, it's tiring today. It's not, I'm not reading my stuff properly. And we got 10 minutes left, and I need to be more awake. This is what happens when you do a long day, and then you come home and do more of it. But I can't help myself. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. And I'm gonna just go in here and do this. So, oh, that's the git ignore in the root. I need to get rid of that. Go away. Go away, things. Go away. Move to trash. Bread.li. Let's open up the git ignore. And we need to do node, node modules. And then I think that's it. If I ignore the root folder, then it will ignore the whole contents. Let's try that command again. Cool. So I'm going to do git commit dot git ignore, and I'm going to put the message as ignores node packages directory. Cool. Next is git commit package. It doesn't like me doing that. Git commit package.json. And the message is creates, oh, it's untracked. That's why it's untracked. Git add dot, so git add everything. And my git commit message is creates npm creates node package file, installs Bower and Gulp. I'm going to do git push, and I'm thinking, as I recall, just git push should just push it to the master. Yeah. So let's have a look at that on GitHub. Boom, right there. A bit more syntax highlighting as well. Great, great. Now, visually, nothing has happened. We haven't changed any HTML, any CSS, nothing. We haven't done like any proper like coding. What we have done is we've done setup. We've got it ready to pull stuff in, and I can just like call on those commands, bow and gulp, and just start plonking stuff in. So they're nicely in place, and we can start maybe adding in a few Jekyll related directories and files. You know, like we need a YAML file called config.yaml to say how this Jekyll site's going to work and to initiate it, and a set of directories in there to like have all our partials and like initial files like index.md and all those kind of like the basic stuff. So let's go back to our issues. Our issues thing here. So next steps for site development: install npm, install bower, install gulp. Awesome. So what I could do is, this is an interesting question. I wonder if anyone will reply. We've got our package file in here, but we don't need it on the live site. We don't need it on GitHub Pages. So do we ignore it and not commit it into the GitHub Pages branch? Let's have a look what they're doing. This is a bit like, it's not really like the best one to look at because they do everything within the GitHub Pages thing, and they don't have it there. They don't have it. I would have thought they have running locally, bundle install. I wonder if they've got their bundle files in here. Free node. Well, I have a feeling that we don't need to push it to there. We can like, this is the development branch, and nobody runs the GitHub Pages branch locally, except to view it, to see it, not to like develop on it. You shouldn't be developing on the GitHub Pages branch because remember, the GitHub Pages branch is the live site. That's the real deal. So we need to ignore it from there. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe that's something to leave and to return to at a later point. I don't want to like dwell on that one file that we can remove at some point. Like, because what will happen is these will need to be passed over in a pull request, and we can't pull request one file, can we? Can't. It's just going to be all the changes, and I somewhat don't mind. That's one to figure out. I'm not gonna dwell on this. I'm gonna get this over. Am I gonna get this over? No, I'm not going to do it as a pull request yet. Not going to do it as a pull request yet because there's no visual change. There's nothing that's going to visually change on here yet, except for when I do the next episode. and upload it, which will be baking Bread.li number 2. So what I need to do is prepare for Bread.li or baking Bread.li number 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this line, do number 2, that should be number 2, and then that should do it like vertical post order, and I'm going to do this and this, and that means that the iframe will appear there, and we could probably run it locally. Well, I say run it locally. I can just drag it into here and it will come up like this, and it'll say baking Bread.li number 2. We can't run Jekyll just yet because we haven't got the configuration file set up for it. I'd love to get into that on the next one, and hopefully I can get another video that's a little bit more front-end development orientated and a little bit more fun. Well, maybe some of you guys like that kind of stuff to watch, and it's part of the work. It's a necessary thing. It's just not very entertaining. But I guess you guys don't need to be entertained. You just need to just see what happens. Cool. So what I will do is git status, git commit am prepares for next screencast to be added to the index file, git push. And what I shall do next is, that's a good question. What are we going to do next? What I shall do is, because we've completed 3 of 4, and I haven't ticked that off yet, but what I will do is I will reference this in the pull request. So when I make a pull request from one to the other, so you go in here and then here, and you make a pull request, and it will reference number 2, issue number 2, and that will explain everything on what we just did in those changes, which we've done most of them. So we could close it off, except for the additional gulp one. So we could leave it open but still reference it and say, look, there's the progress on it, and then it will be closed off the next time we add in another gulp dependency of some kind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another issue, because after watching yesterday's video, it was quite cool how the video ended with a list of things what we're going to do next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one, and I'm going to put in this one, I'm going to put site Jekyll startup. So we're going to get Jekyll running. We're going to get some Bower dependencies in there, and I will explain that in the next video, I guess, what those dependencies will be. I have some in mind that I want to use, and hopefully they will work really nicely with it. Nothing like revolutionary. It's some ones that I wanted to try, and I have yet yet to have a go with properly. Get bow dependencies. Is there anything else that we can think of? I'm going to put to be concluded, and see if anybody has any ideas. So any ideas? And you are free to comment on this issue, and you can add it in there. And then when I come to record the next video, I will look at this issue, and I will either ignore your comment or take it fully on board. I will most certainly probably take it on board and then feel a bit stupid on anything you've pointed out that I've done wrong. So let's submit this new issue, and it's assigned to me. I'm going to be particular about my title. Jekyll Startup. So, okay, so we've got a couple of issues rolling along in here now. Quite liking this. Looks cool. Yeah, so what I'll do is I shall upload this video. I shall put the iframe video directly into the page again. So you'll see it come up here again in the same way. And you'll see that once I do a pull request into the GitHub Pages branch. And that will be a pull request, and it will reference issue 2. And then that will be it. And then hopefully I might be able to do a video tomorrow. Maybe it might be towards the end of the week. And I want to hear what people think of these videos. If anybody is watching, I know a couple of people watched, and I'm very grateful, because I'm just having some fun and just trying to make some cool stuff. So yeah, so until next time, I'll see you later.